Black Supremacy's Nates is here, and today we're doing 30 minutes of meditation on King Noble Black Supremacy. It's day 3. Join the website www.kingnobleuncensored.com. And today I've been meditating on the powerful shift that King Noble's energy is causing in the conscious community, in the spiritual community, in all these communities that we associate ourselves with. Because now you have a time where you really have to be what you're about, what you say you're about, and things are coming full circle. So King Noble has made a lot of videos. He's touched on pretty much anything and everything you can think about as far as Black spirituality goes, Black metaphysics, Black love, melanin, all these things. And one of those things that he spoke about was non-attachment to being outside of the matrix. He even recently just made a video called your internal matrix and your external matrix, part 1, part 2. So go and check those videos out if you haven't. And in these videos, he talks about how you cannot be attached to being outside of the matrix, as many people would have you believe, because they believe that the matrix is a workplace, and they believe that the matrix is how you live. They believe the matrix is somewhere that is necessarily here on this earth, right? And do you think you can really take people out of the matrix without first taking the matrix out of them? First, you have to take the matrix out of them. You have to take the matrix out of yourself. You have to remove yourself from the matrix first to truly get out of the matrix. And this is where people get stuck at, because they can, in the process of getting out the matrix, get caught up in getting out of the matrix. And for example, I've stated previously, the matrix has a set of rules, right? It has dress code. It has many codes, right? And these codes are set in place so that the program can run, so that the computer can run the program, right? And a lot of these codes can be broken down and you can kind of compartmentalize and see how this code operates and how that code operates. So as Black melanin people, and we are affected by these codes more than others, these codes can come in the form of perming your hair, having straight hair. These codes can come in the form of not talking slang, speaking proper English. These codes can come in the form of a limit to the amount of children that you have. These codes come in the form of where you live, your postal code, your area code. These codes come in the form of the food that you eat, where you send your children to school, that you have to send your children to school, your form of medicine, the type of internal medicine that you use, the things you think. You have the television code. You got to watch this channel. You got to watch that channel. If you want to hear anything, if you want to see, what's happening, what's popping. And King Noble helps you to decipher that there are these codes there, decode the codes, right? And rewrite the program. Now, just because you rewrite the program, it don't mean that you have to follow this program now. It doesn't mean that when you rewrite the program that now you get caught up in this program, because that is now another matrix. But the reason you would want to rewrite the program is so that the program, the former program, does not run. And so that those who are program orientated can reprogram themselves and possibly fully awaken themselves to the fact and that they are the programmer. So you rewrite the program to it's kind of like the opposite of the movie. And I don't remember the name of the movie because I'm really not a movie type of person. But it's the opposite of the movie where that white woman, she became the computer, and she turned black, representing melanin and all that. And like everywhere that this one man went, everything, she was writing the program to create things in front of him. And there was a whole ending scene where people were underground, or just there was like workers just being created. So it's like it's the opposite of that. In that case, you had a program that basically took over. She kind of became the program, but she became the matrix also. So it's the opposite. You are awakening. King Noble is awakening you to you being the programmer, but not to get caught up in a matrix, basically. So, with that being said, some of these programs that King Noble has helped people to decipher, is okay. Grow your natural hair. Black. You're black. Black first. Have black love. Let your children be free. You know what I mean? And that these laws are made and created to keep us basically in check. As a good nigga, is a good slave. And you should eat healthy. So a lot of these programs have been rewritten, but people get caught up in the program. Okay, grow my natural hair. Now I have a natural hair salon. Eat healthy. Now I'm patronizing this restaurant every day. And I have a vegan restaurant. Why aren't you coming to my vegan restaurant? I have a natural hair salon. Why aren't you coming to my natural hair salon? I have a black homeschool. Why aren't you coming to my black homeschool, or sending your children to this black school that we've created? Why aren't you gardening on our farm? Why aren't you farming with us? Why aren't you living off the grid? You said live off the grid, or you spoke about that. Why aren't you living off the grid? Right? So these people have got caught up in the program. And King Noble is telling you, do not get caught up in the new program that you're writing. It's just a new script. It's just a new script. A computer programmer, when he creates a program to run on your computer to create your apps, he does not become the app that he's created, or she doesn't become the app that she's created. However, with black people and in the conscious community, a lot of times people become the program, the new script that they have created, because they want something to attach to. It's just like religion. Oh, I created this new script. I am this new script. I worship this new script. The black woman is God. She's divine. I am hooked now on the black woman. I can't think outside of the box. The black woman is still in the matrix. I'm still in the matrix. Because the script I've written now is it just says that the black woman is God. So get caught up in that. And it's not until you really wake up and realize that you are the programmer that you can get outside of the matrix of getting outside of the matrix. And realize that you are the one that is really truly all powerful. Realize your creative genius. Realize that there is no place that you can go to really get out of the matrix. There's no place that you can go, because it's all in your mind, because you created this. Right? So now you will have, when we talk, and it's the same thing with the whole back to Africa type of movement. So people will create this script that says, because this is the West and we were brought here as slaves and we came from Africa, you need to go back to Africa, or you are not, you're not real, you're not credible, you're not about what you say you're about. Well, this will also come from spiritual people who think they are out the matrix, and that they're out the box. They're out the matrix is, as King Noble has also spoke about this, they're out the matrixness is also is being out of the 3D realm and into the 5D realm. However, if you're so not in this dimension and you are so out of the 3D realm and you're so in the 5D realm and you're so in the other dimensions, one would have to ask, well, if one is stuck in the 3D realm, why are you here according to your script? According to the script that you are running and the program that you are running. In all reality, this is neither 5D nor 3D. It's really neither 5D nor 3D, nor 7, nor 8, nor 9, nor 10, nor 11, nor 12, nor 13, nor 15. It goes on. So I don't know what the hype is about 5D realm. And you got 6D realm. You got the 7th dimension. Right? So, and it kind of proves the point that you got to get out of the matrix of getting out of the matrix. Because every time you get to another script, every time you run another program, there's going to be a better program. There's going to be a better script. And it's not until you get out of this idea of these better scripts and these better programs and stop getting caught up thinking that you're not playing Nintendo no more because you got the Mario app on your phone. You know what I mean? It's the same matrix. So you got to get out of the matrix of getting out of the matrix. You got to destroy your internal matrix. Has to be destroyed. It has to be destroyed. Because you will continue to have these internal matrix conflicts. And until you can really get the message that King Noble is bringing and presenting, you will not realize who the programmer is. You will not realize how free you are. You will not realize what you're really up against, right? And we have to get to that point where we realize what we're up against. Because until all these new programs that we have created can run simultaneously, can you really kind of get the full, and it has to, it's like you really just creating a new computer that operates differently. Now all these new apps and all these new programs is on it, and it's a cool computer, it's a cute, cool little laptop, a cool phone, right? But it's kind of like, until you can get all the programs to run simultaneously, that phone is not going to operate the way you want it to. It's not going to operate. It's not going to run correctly. And then in most cases, and more than likely, all these apps are not going to run properly. We're not all going to grow our natural hair. Black people are not all going to raise their children at home. Black people are not all going to eat healthy. And Black people are not all going to transcend the 3D realm. Black people are not all going to, give up their love for money, leave their job, quit doing drugs and things that are bad for them and are harmful to them and harming other people, right? So when at that point, you got to realize, well, I created these scripts. The phone's not necessarily running the way I want it to. I guess I'm going to have to do better and try better next time. But you got to realize who the programmer is to get out the matrix, right? So one will have to meditate more on King Noble's messages if they don't get it the first time. Because a lot of times people they're still entertainment driven. And it's entertaining to run the script. It's entertaining to see the natural hair. It's entertaining to, wear the dashikis. It's fun to see. Anything Black people do is exciting to see. All the other nations and races, they get that. But we caught up in the program. Our people are actually caught up in the very script that they are running. So that has to be deciphered and decoded. Just how much internally the script is running in you. Because some people shut the laptop down or turn the phone off, it doesn't mean that they're not still playing the game. They're not still clicking away and typing away and, running the program and the script. The flashing lights and the words and, all these things are still running and being triggered off in their mind, right? So you have to go beyond the attachment to being non-attached to the matrix. You get me? You got to go beyond the attachment to being non-attached. There is an attachment that is attached to being non-attached to the matrix. And that is where your utopias are created. Another script. Our people have a script for utopias. There are no utopias. There are no ideals. You have situations and you have circumstances. And in all of these situations and circumstances, you have challenges and you have obstacles. You have pros and you have cons. You have possibilities and you have abilities. And you've got to be able to do tai chi with all of these possibilities, circumstances, outcomes. You've got to master your situation, your circumstance. You've got to master the realm that you're in. And in mastering the realm that you're in, you gotta realize and not be attached to mastering the realm that you are in. So it's a very elusive type of reality and revelation and realization of yourself. And this also takes me to this point, because a lot of times people say that we are not here, we are just holograms, we are a script basically, and we are projected from another dimension. We're just projections onto a hologram. And so one would have to say, well, if we are projected from somewhere else, why would we not stay in that realm? If this place that we are projected from is so perfect, is such a utopic place, and we have just projected ourselves here to experience all these things, and this is our lesser form and our lower self, why? And we need to get back to this place. We need to get back to this utopia. And people have this ideal. They're very attached to this idea. A lot of people in the spiritual community, very, very attached to this idea. One would have to ask, if you are so attached to being there, and if you are so spiritually and metaphysically advanced as such, why be here? And we could be all these places at once. Right? Because we are omnipresent and we just projecting ourselves out into these different places. Why be here? And the only reason for that would have to be this projection of yourself from another dimension, from another realm, from another place in space, or the space-time continuum, or just another place altogether, is to show you non-attachment to the matrix. So you have to are non-attached to being out the matrix, and non-attachment to the matrix. So you have to be non-attached to being here, not there. Non-attached to being in utopia or in hell. Non-attached to any of these things, any of these spiritual modalities, any of these healing modalities, any of these sciences, any of them. You have to be non-attached. And it's that simple, which is not that simple. But you've got to be non-attached. And, when you're non-attached, the programmer can get up from the computer, can put the phone down and walk away. The programmer can get up and not be the programmer anymore. You can give these things up, and you can pick them back up as you choose and as you please. But if you get caught up in the program that you have created yourself, even when you get up and even when you put the phone down, you're going to be that app. So now all you're going to do is run how the app would operate. The app has a notification system. Now you become a notification system. The app needs to clear its cache. Now you need to clear your cache. You don't have a fluid filtering system. You get backed up. You get caught up. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be more fluid. You got to be more transcendent. Right? That is truly how you can transcend, is when you become transcendent and transcendental. That is the true non-attachment, is transcendence. And King Noble brings us transcendence. He's truly transcendental. And he has truly transcended all of these teachings in all of these realms. And I've seen many people try him and try and keep trying. Because in trying and in doing these things, it helps to bring even you out of the matrix that you are in, which might tell you to keep trying him. And it's a beautiful thing. Nobody can deny that. Because it's just like the survival of the fittest. Everybody gets stronger. the animal that is chasing its prey gets fitter, and the animals that were being chased also get fitter. So in the continuum of life, both are not only getting fitter, faster, and stronger, but they're also remaining the same. They're also remaining the same. Now, they may be faster than the previous generation and 10 generations before it, but they are still balanced out. You know what I mean? So even this whole idea of the fittest survive and all that, that is a matrix. That is something that needs to be transcended. All of this needs to be transcended. That will remove the ego that tells you that I have to be better, I am better, than your brother, your sister. That removes the attachment to the intellect that tells you I have to be smarter, I have to be, more articulate, or I have to know more. That'll remove the mind that has been poisoned, that tells you that you are poisoned. It'll remove the mind that tells you that, you are not you are not thinking for yourself, or it will remove that. It'll remove the mind that everybody else's mind is poison. So now you can become nectar. And you can become neither the poison nor the nectar. It will remove the consciousness, right, that tells you that you are the only one conscious, or that everybody else is unconscious. And you will become neither the conscious nor the unconscious. It removes the lower self, the higher self. And you just become a transcendent being. You can move through all these situations, circumstances, obstacles, possibilities, limitless, endless possibilities. You can become just a wave through it. Right? So we got to get there. And King Noble's message is a catalyst of transcendentalism. For some, it is not. But the transcendentalists, or the transcendentalism, or the transcendence, is really the essence of life. It's really the essence of life. You don't even need to watch 1,000 guru videos. You don't need to watch all emoji and all of that. Just broke it down for you. Transcendentalism is the essence of life. Just like there is essential oils in plants that you dab on to your mosquito bites, or you put into your natural hair care products, or you rub into your yoni massage oils, or rub on the essence of life. Dab on the essence of life. Watch King Noble's videos to inhale the essence of life, to channel the essence of life, and to breathe the essence of life. So subscribe to King Noble's channel at King Noble, or Lord Yeshana, actually. Subscribe to King Noble's channel, Lord Yeshana, on YouTube. Join his website at www.kingnobleuncensored.com. If you can transcend your attachment to money, donate. If you want to hear more of these messages and these videos. And if you can transcend all of this, then that's a beautiful thing. So subscribe to my channel also. like, share, comment, reply. Black supremacy.